I welcome you to our today's discussion, and in our discussion, I intend to talk about a book called Woyengi. Now, Woyengi is one of the books that is a consistory of imprisonment of Obatala. And my approach towards this book is away from the classroom situation where it is taught in the method that is called contextual analysis. But I do not intend to look at that book in that fashion. Mine has been to draw social lessons as intended by the writer, because the writer of this book and many more other books in literature in English, they did not focus literally on the classroom situation, but they focused on addressing social issues, political issues, economical issues, spiritual issues, and many more other issues in the context of what may be referred as to either ethical conundrums or social purposes of life. Now, the book Woyengi has so many themes, but my interest today is to look at a theme of life choices. Now, the book Woyengi is a play, and this book opens with Woyengi, who is the creator, or the great mother and the creator, is seated when the curtain opens. And what we see, she emerges from the celestial regions where people do not exist. And all of a sudden she appears, and she sat behind an iroko tree. Okay? It is there where, of course, she found some clay which she used to begin creating, creatures. And in the creation of creatures, of course, we see that humans comes into existence. And once they do that, then the creator begins, of course, to command life, and this is how life begins. One element also that we see from this book is that the creatures were neither male nor female once she has finished modeling them and making them to be human beings. Okay? Therefore, she breathed life into these, and of course started asking them, each one of them, to state out what they would have wished to be of their life. Now, one of the requests as per creatures was 1, riches, and 2, children, that is in the context of fortunes. And also these creatures were demanded of them that they should do, state out their various forms of death that they would wish in their life. So it was as each one of them requested, these 7 creatures, each one of them gave their fortune and also their misfortunes. To this end, whatever each creature requested became their lifestyle and their end in this. Now, I want to draw attention to 2 creatures among the 7 creatures, and these 2 were female creatures. And these female creatures, each one of them, were in their request, one of them asked for the following: rich, famous children, and the other one asked for mystic powers or mysterious powers, or being extraordinary in the powers, of course, that which would not be equated to any, or which were equated to none. Now, since we are talking about the 2 creatures, let me begin by talking about Ogboniba and, of course, a baby. These were born, of the same town, and of course became, inseparable friends in all things. Now, one element that we must also understand is that Ogboniba, she would cure and heal because that's what she had chosen, that she must have mystical powers. We also see that she had an extra sense and a sight, meaning that she could, of course, foretell things, she could sense and she could decipher between matters of life. She also had the power to prophesy. Among them also, she understood the tongue of the creatures and the creation. So meaning that she could understand the language of the birds, the language of the animals, the language of the trees, and many more other things. While on the other side, we must also understand that Obebi and Ogboniba got married, okay? And when they got married, each one, of course, the man of their own choice. And we see that Obebi conceived and she got a child. And when she got a child, we also see on the other side that Ogboniba also wanted to have a child, but she could not, since the fate that she chose was different from that of the friend. Now, because these were friends, you must know that the passage of time should also define things different. I must be quick to mention that each time in life that we make a choice, at that particular moment when we are making it is appropriate. But a passage of time may either redefine the choice that we make or may allow it not to go just like that. But in the case of Ogboniba, the passage of time saw her wanting to go back to the time when she had made her choice when she was a child, and that she must redefine her destiny. Of course, she has enjoyed the power, she has become what she wanted to be. She has every other, thriving and, happiness and pleasure. But of course, she wants to have children at this point, but she cannot have them. So what does she do, Ogboniba? She realized that she needs to go back to Woyengi, the great creator and the giver of life, that she must redefine her purpose in life. Now let me just dwell and bring a lesson to you and me. Choices are important in life to make, and we must watch them because they must not be made out of mere sensationalism or emotionalism. I must remind us that any moment that we make a choice out of emotions, or any time that we make a decision based on emotions, the sure thing is that we will return back to that decision and need to amend of it. So Ogboniba thought she has chosen what was wise, but the passage of time saw her desiring to go back and redefine her purpose and her decision in life. But now, as life is, we know that nature does not draw straight lines, and that nature, do not have reverse gears. When you make a choice, you have made it, whether good or bad, you must stand with it. So Ogboniba, when she went back to Woyengi, it was difficult, that she must be heard, that she redefines her choice. The creator, the great creator, refused and says it's impossible. When you have decided your destiny in life, you have decided it. So each moment that we are making a choice, we must be certain of what we want, because life has no reverse gears. It only has gears that when we engage them, we must go forward. It is only God that has an attribute of moving in the time, in the past, in the present, and also in the future. But with you and me as human beings, we do not have an opportunity to get back in the past, and of course to be in the present and move in the future to review and see what we must do. And this character of Ogboniba teaches us so many great lessons, that when decisions are made in life, they are made. Life choices must be watched, life choices must be defined, life choices must be made when we are cool, calm, and collected, because when we miss such an opportunity, we may never come back to the original point where we should have made a better decision.